Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nosed Derby Podcast. Let's talk about Pecatonica and Border Wars and all the other crazy shit coming up.
All of the crazy shit that is coming
We
up.
even got a little bit of local bullshit going on.
Yes. Give it up to Mr. Bob Whitaker.
I mean, I guess if he goes to a Derby, we might as well. I'm going to quit saying it, and we'll just get it pre-recorded, and then Tanya can just add it.
Yep. Yeah.
Congratulations, Whitaker.
Yes. Congratulations to Bob winning River City Rampage.
Fucking dude's wheel, man.
Mr. Cannon Man himself in second, Gage Sumner.
Wonder what kind of bumper he had on that car.
It had a big point on it.
Nah. Wonder who built it.
I don't know, some Amish dude down South Missouri, I heard.
6x6.
It's 11 1/4 inches.
Rough song.
Yep. I did get to watch Friday night. The heats looked really good. To the fact that top three were locked in for the feature, Mad Dog included. They got pulled out. And then the top three, whoever had their stick up last got their car all night long from the time they pulled it out.
Well, from Nisa's Snapchats and Facebook posts and all that shit, it looked like they worked on the two cars that got to keep their cars all night. And then whenever they got those done, they jumped straight into the ones that did not get their cars all night.
Then they moved to the other two.
Looked like hashtag Team No Sleep.
But they said it was an absolute blast.
But Gage's mustache looked fucking amazing.
Cordell's sporting one, just not with quite the twist.
He'll get there.
Well, I gave him shit last time he did it, and I said he kind of looked like a 70s porn star.
Well, with the way everything's going nowadays, that's a compliment.
That is correct. Except for the 70s part.
You know, we were talking about all that shit the other day, you know, with everybody doing what they're doing and people being what they want to be and all that shit. All these kids, there's nothing that they can do right now that's not in. You know, used to there was, you know, long hair, mohawks, mullets, shit like that. It don't matter what the fuck you do right now. You could cut a stripe right out of the center of that bitch and somebody be like, oh, damn, I like your hair.
Yep, and then tight roller jeans.
Yeah, facts.
You know,
it's not my world, but I'm living it. You know.
No. I don't like jeans, period.
No, you don't. If you ever see Derek with fucking jeans on, somebody's died.
Or it's really fucking cold. Really cold. We are pushing that time frame. We said June was going to get stupid. But for us, right now,
dead space
isn't so much the dead space as you're trying to get all these guys who want to be on, who want to talk about these two shows coming up around here.
They want to run under their belt.
Yes. And then next week's guest is wanting to talk about something that's a little bit farther
out
east of us. But the week before, Border Wars.
Right.
And Midwest Massacre. So you're talking 3 shows, Nebraska, Illinois, and a couple states east.
Yeah.
That is loaded with talent.
Yeah.
Like.
Fucking insane. Like, every driver, all the big name drivers are booked for the next 3 weeks.
Yep.
So you can't get them at your kid's birthday party. They're not going to be setting up in grocery store parking lots signing autographs. They're busy.
Correct.
I'm going to chalk that up to why we don't have somebody on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That and the hectic fucking schedules that's been going on around here lately. But, so just listen to us talk, fuckers.
Sam, Chris, and Nicole launched the driver's list a while back. It's not a secret. It is out.
Which there's names on there that nobody's surprised to see.
No. No.
It's going to be just like Whiskey City, though, was. There's going to be no holds barred in that whole motherfucker. And this being on a different format, I think you're going to get to see some more reserved driving style, but I don't think it's going to be reserved to the point where they get bumped.
Correct.
Because nobody's going to take the long road on this one.
Oh, no. Mad Dog comes into play.
100%. That'll be a game changer in the whole weekend.
Getting through Tech the first time is a game changer.
The fucking time limits.
The time limits on the shows for the heats. This thing.
Progression.
How many times have we said it before that Sam is such an innovator when it comes to that? And I mean, I'll give him that. Sometimes people think it's throwing a wrench into something, but it's not. He said it to us personally at Whiskey City, standing under our canopy, that fans are here to watch the best show that we can possibly put on.
And whenever you quit fighting for that, and this is what Sam said, whenever you quit fighting to put on that best show that's out there, whether it be through trial and error, failure, whatever, you're not operating at optimal percentage if you're not doing that.
Yes.
And that's what they're doing all the time. You take Ultimate Derby, you take Rob Baker with the Border Wars stuff. These guys are taking that bar and they're not raising it, they're throwing the bitch up in the air.
Yeah.
I mean, they're moving that, and I think that's where everybody wants to see the sport going. That's why there's so much focus on these big shows lately. That's why this year has been the year of big shows.
Yes.
Not saying that people aren't still running their county fair stuff, because we've seen a lot of 50, 55 car count shows locally.
Yeah.
So they're still running at home too. But everyone is putting their focus on these big shows.
They're just hoping that they have something left to come home and fix.
Yeah.
So then they can go take it to that local show and full send that bitch.
Yeah.
Junk it, pull the shit out, roll to the next one.
Get ready for the next big show.
To roll to the next one. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that big shows haven't been around for a long time, because they have. Your solidified ones, your Spring X, your Metal Mayhem, and now it's branching so much more.
And I'll be the first one to admit it. Technology, social media has grown this shit to what it is now.
Yeah.
Before it was We Crash, and, you had your buddies sending text messages and shit back and forth. Now, every one of these is a year in advance, put out on Facebook. The constant shit whenever I'm sitting around not doing a fucking thing, scrolling through TikTok, big show. People, pulling clips off of old shows.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think that's bringing new light to an old show?
Cha-ching.
Yep.
It's making the old pecker stick out.
You're fucking ain't right it is. You think that I'm the only guy sitting around watching fucking TikTok? No.
No.
I mean, you've got these guys that's what these drivers live for, is the next big thing. The next thing that works, the next spotlight. Because anybody can say what they want. They do the shit for the fans. They do the shit for the fun. But recognition.
Yes.
Everybody likes that shit.
Yep.
I mean, whenever you're bebopping through a crowd of 15 or 1,800 people, that's blundering around the pits in the stands and shit, you're going to get your seat, and they're like, oh shit, hey, there's such and such. Stroke that ego a little bit.
Yep. Man, let's just hit it. Fuck it.
Jump into Peck.
Midwest Massacre, Pecatonica, Illinois, June 2nd and 3rd. Ultimate Derby's first big show outdoors.
Yeah.
Ultimate Derby, what a lot of people still remember, Ultimate Derby did Bowling Green. Ultimate Derby did Macon.
Yeah.
It's not that it's their first outdoor show.
No, it's just something of this caliber.
This caliber of
because
outdoors.
The Bud Shootout that was in Bowling Green, Missouri. I know that you can get on YouTube right now.
Oh, yeah.
Go type that shit in. 200 plus cars. A big fucking show.
In one night.
But not this.
No. No.
It's not this.
No. Bud Shootout. You had bad dudes running, period.
There's some of these guys.
Yeah.
Some of these guys, but not all of them.
No. This is that holy shit list.
Yeah, because, I mean, they got all the drivers.
Yeah.
And the ones that didn't get here are going to Nebraska.
Yep. Border Wars.
I mean, I'm sure everybody that is following this shit has looked at this driver's list. We can hit some of these names. You got Denton Bitzel.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Jody Braden, the Brown Boys. I mean, you just scroll down through here. Demo Brothers. The Doyle Brothers. The Doyle Brothers. You know, I mean, they're always there for a good time. Not a long time always, but always there for a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about that nasty-ass hit that Corey took in Palmyra.
Yep.
You know, shit was wicked.
Yep.
Fucking wicked.
I still didn't. I was going to send that picture in a Snapchat, but I thought, man, I don't want him to relive that, even though he's going to look at it when he takes a shower or whatever he's going to do.
You know, I've heard several people, this is kind of getting off subject here, but I've heard several people talking about that center bar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck, I'd rather be laying in the floorboard. Oh, man, I'd rather sit where I'm at. Well, fuck, I'd just rather not take one of those hits.
Yeah. When we talked to Ronnie last week, he's like, I'm telling you that seeing the video that's on Facebook does no justice to how fast Colt was going. He said it's positive he heard him hit third.
Well, I seen that Dalen Brown put on there under that comment, under that video, that Andrew Jennings had PTSD over that shit. I about fucking lost it.
Yeah. It was the same corner, same wall, everything.
The only thing that was better this time is I wasn't on the fucking dirt watching that shit happen.
Yeah.
Because I about had a fucking heart attack the first time they did it.
I think Andrew did too.
I was like, he just killed Andrew. Well, I just witnessed a murder.
Yep.
But we got the Doyle boys. Looks like we've got the Hewers, local boys. Tyler Jones, Austin Johnson, Kitchell. That'll be another one to watch.
Old Mr. Dirtbag himself.
Dude, he's everywhere.
Yep.
Motherfucker's like Beetlejuice. Say his name 3 times, and he's just showing up on the list.
There he is. He's just there.
Kunkel.
Yep. Markley.
Mark Lindsay.
Markley. Chad Markley. What's he taking?
Probably wagon. Maybe a sedan. Time will tell.
Tony
Miller. Dude, after his run out there at Bash, he's got to be ready.
Yeah.
Because he put on a hell of a, was it Carnage? Carnage. Yeah. That's where it wouldn't quit.
Yep.
So he's got to be ready to get back on that horse. Teddy P.
G-Rob. Gary Robinson.
Yep. You think he'll probably be bagging out there, right?
No. And you just said it a minute ago.
Oh, we missed John.
Yep. Mike Sethler.
I guarantee you they'll never run with a more stand-up dude, because I've never seen a man that was more inclined to take an ass whooping and be happy about it.
And not give 2 fucks.
No.
None. Zero zilch.
Because he took a fucking raping at Paris one year. And he got out and he's like, that's the most fucking fun I've had with my pants on and I don't know how long.
Well, that fucker ain't right. Anyways.
Some of the Snapchats I get of that dude.
But That's the problem. You get them from both ways.
Oh, fuck. He's got a helmet on and rolling him around the shop.
Yeah.
It's a good time. I mean, that is the youngest old dude.
Yes. Yeah.
Out there.
And then, you got Twisted T.
He's going to be there.
Old Bud is going to be there.
Don Santel.
Oh, and then Wagon Man himself.
I ain't even saying his name.
Chris Collins is on here. I mean, this thing is just...
they're going to blow the proverbial roof off that.
Yeah. Let's just hope for good weather.
Yep.
Their camping spots, I think they're all sold out, I believe, into fucking tent.
Yeah, have you looked at that setup they've got out there, though?
Just the big overview.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
It looks killer. It looks like everything's within stumbling distance.
Yep. I've been there. Mr. Pudwitter and I went there for Mayhem. It's got a lot of the Illinois stuff has the old school horse tracks on the outside that then they made race tracks and then they just null and voided it. So you've still got all that area around to park, to pit, fucking camp, cook. I mean, old Bud's is supposedly putting a stripper pole.
That's what I heard.
On the front of the camper, the toy hauler.
Somebody's going to get fucking hurt.
I'm going to leave it to Bill.
I'm usually not the voice of reason. So whenever I say something's a bad idea.
It's fucking bad. It's like a whole level of bad.
You ought not do that.
Yeah, this...
But with this grounds and stuff being a little bit closer and tighter, they ought not lose.
A little bastard can only go so far.
Yeah. So this time, if you lose George this time, I would be looking under campers and shit.
And enclosed trailers.
Yeah.
Something you don't have to worry about losing them at a strip club or hoops or
especially if
an
they put
alley.
the stripper pole up. Okay, he'll be there.
He says they're putting ATM on the front of that bitch so they don't have to throw quarters.
Making it hell on whores.
And he says whores the nicest way possible
because
with
I don't
full
know
of
their
respect.
names.
That is correct. You do not know their names.
You want to do a little rundown of the agenda?
Oh, dude, this thing is just farm trucks. 2,000 to win. Bone stock compacts, 2,000 to win. Modifieds, 2,000 to win. Bone stock full size, 2,000 to win. All the other classes are one and dones.
And see, what I like about this format again is they are 4 to 10.
Yes.
Is what they've got the time set for.
Yep.
So that'll give everybody plenty of time to find George's camper.
They don't all need to go to George's camper.
Everybody go to George's camper. And I heard the first 18 to 30 people that get to his camper gets a free beer.
Oh! Sorry, Twisted T.
Hey, I'm just trying to get you all's podcast built up.
But old Buds, they will be in the house, without a doubt. This thing, campers check in is at a certain time. They can actually get there on Wednesday.
Yeah. Which that would be the last thing I needed to do.
Correct.
Was be there Wednesday.
Feel like an unbelievable bag of shit.
Well, by Friday, I wouldn't be worth a fuck.
So this thing is broke down.
I mean,
all the way.
I mean, yeah, but it's fucking cut and dry. They're starting that shit at 4, and Sam will do his very best.
Oh yes,
to have her wrapped up by 10.
Yep.
And then the next day, at 11 o'clock, it's time to get down on it again.
Now, it does look like 4 to 10 on Friday for the first event for the heats. And then the trucks. So the super stock or street stock, as soon as that event is over, you get to work on your shit.
Which, just cramming us into a 2-day event,
yes,
they're going to need that time.
Yes.
Because I guarantee there's going to be some junk made.
Oh. If I had to put cash money down on it, there's going to be just as much junk made there in the heats as the features in Peoria.
Oh, 100%. And the only downside to that is there was some shit junked at Peoria that was not track fixable.
No. Oh, hell no. 2 or 3 days at home.
And I'm talking like shit that was top 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without frame machines.
Yeah.
Or at least 2 or 3 fat-ass porta powers.
Yeah.
Maybe a plasma cutter.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking to that extent.
Yeah.
Or maybe a whole front clip.
Yeah. I mean, we were seeing shit that was ripped off, suspension wiped off frames, like stuff that's not super easy fixes.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that these guys aren't talented enough to make it back on the track.
Correct.
But not right.
Yeah. Because the major difference in this show is they got plates for Peoria. They don't get plates.
No.
0. Unless you get through tech first, try, then you get a couple plates. If you get a Mad Dog, I think you get another 1 or 2 plates. So the justification on how many guys are going to go for the Mad Dog to get through.
That's a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm.
Because say you do get that Mad Dog, but you hurt the fuck out of that car.
Correct.
Yeah, you got a little bit more means to fix it, but is it worth it?
Because there is that case of Gary Robinson,
Alan
Brown, Dalen Brown, Colton Case Doyle can be in the same heat.
Yeah.
So there goes that, I would say, game plan.
Mm-hmm. Well,
of who's going to go for it and who's going to go for the top 3 without junking their shit.
Well, and you talking about that group there, they're all capable of Mad Dog. We've seen them all get it. When things start going south is when you'll see who's going to do what.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, without a doubt, which I would say Case will be rolling off the go.
It's normal case.
But there's a chance that Alan Brown could do that.
Yes.
Because we've seen him do it. Well, hell, this is a loaded heat. I'm gonna come off of it hard.
Yep. But the major deal of this now is, okay, yes, you get a Mad Dog. But we're not stopping it and pulling you out.
No, you still got
to get it. I mean, you could be snooted to the fucking moon and knowing you're going to get through in your brain. I did everything I had to do. I went wide open from jump. I full sent it.
But there'll always be that piece in the back of your mind.
Correct.
I didn't do it enough yet.
Did I do it enough or did I do it long enough? And then they tell you, hey, okay, you're through. You get to 10 o'clock. Hopefully 10 o'clock that night. To 10 o'clock in the morning to pie cut or rehorn or pull it down to put your fix-it plates on, fix your suspension. Oh, fuck, I junked a transmission while I'm at it. How much shit are you willing to fix? Or how many kitchen sinks are you willing to throw at this thing to make it where it could even function?
Right. And that's the game that everybody will be playing in the back of their mind. Now, you got people like Gary Robertson, he ain't going to give a fuck.
I did ask him the other day if he's ever practiced driving backwards since he...
Just to get it off the trailer?
I don't even think he drives it. I just think he kicks the bitch in neutral and kicks it off the trailer.
Fuck, he may get it up on trailer and spin it around over there.
That might be right. But these, I mean, that's just the problem. The list that is through here, I've always said, everybody's got a game plan until they get busted in the chops.
Dude, I love these lists like this because there is such a broad range of drivers, driving styles.
Mm-hmm.
And it just accents the next one that is doing something different because they all feed off of each other. This shit is so exciting, and that's why I like watching this shit. That's why I like running in this stuff. I love it because not only whenever you're out there driving or you're running your race, you're doing what you need to be doing, but the guy next to you might be changing his style up just as quick as you are because, like you said, you can go over a game plan a million fucking times before you hit that track.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever it's go time, all that shit's out the window, and you run. You adapt to that environment.
And then you get guys in a 72 old iron GM that hits you in third gear and smokes your whole fucking front clip off.
Yeah.
Mr. Austin, where'd that come from? Hey, Austin Johnson, whoops. Because I really think that he's not going to be the only one that's going to be going for what a lot of the guys will be going for.
Well, and I mean, not saying that he hasn't had competition at other shows, but not the extent of people that drive like that.
Correct.
So he won't have the time to make that shot, He won't have the time to line up on it if somebody else is doing the exact same thing because you're going to have to be quicker. You're going to have to be faster. You're going to have to hit harder.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that he doesn't hit hard now, but
no.
Just as easy as you're lined up down there, you might have another mad dog that's coming, from your passenger side.
Oh yeah.
And while you're lined up headed down the track, he may clip you in the ass in.
Yep. We've seen like Brock and Tyler Hill at Pleasant Hill, one end to the other.
Yeah.
With plates. It comes back to all these guys that we have seen do this, other than Austin Schaefer
and Austin Johnson,
or Austin. Yeah, I mean,
plates out there either.
Usually, when you get a few more plates, they'll drive harder. They won't drive as smart. We all understand that luck plays a huge part in all this.
Rather be lucky than good.
Yep, but to see him lay it all out on the table is going to be unreal. The only bad part about that is we're actually going to be in Stanton, Nebraska. 6 hours. So when this thing is over at Border Wars on Saturday night, we're going to go back to the Airbnb and we're going to go to sleep, get up and drive 6 hours back home, and then we're going to have to watch this.
Which I'm okay with.
Yes, I am way okay with it. My kids might not be that okay with it after the 6 hour ride, but so be it. But I tell you what, man, there is... We hit on it before that the bone stock full size for Midwest Massacre, other than Bob Whitaker and Jason Motts,
I don't know a lot of those guys.
I don't know many of those guys. And it could be the Austin Connors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody's really heard of them on the big stage until they go do what they need to do.
Everyone's famous in a small town.
Yep. That'd be right.
Now, we don't have a full-blown list for Border Wars.
We do not.
We know who's going from Missouri. I'm not going to say nothing.
There's 4 states.
Yep.
Which I thought 2 years ago it was... Did they ever have 5?
I'm not sure on that. I'm going to get busted by a fact checker if I do that. But I've watched that show. I mean, you've watched that show. That is nothing to fuck with.
No.
The hard-hitting, badass cars. I mean, because they're more than the street stock.
Yeah.
With rust repair, they've got the rust repair and all that shit. I mean, they're I don't even know how to, because they consider that a light weld class, right? Without protectors.
Correct. That's Rob Baker's super stock rule.
Right.
A lot of people don't know, but Rob used to put on derbies around here, around the Northeast Missouri. Hell, he's had Shelbina, he had Macon, and he had a lot of them. I know at one time, Rob's stock rules, but you have 16 plates. On a fresh car.
Corner, right?
4 per corner on a fresh car. That's holy shit to start with.
Yeah.
So they do like building to a heavier option.
Yeah.
I would say.
But still no protectors.
Correct.
You're allowed a lower cradle, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But no tranny protector.
Nope.
None of that stuff. I think you are allowed a braced rear end.
They actually do call it Border Wars light weld rules.
That's what I thought.
We don't want to get killed on fact checking shit here. Full weld in centers, just as normal.
I mean, from what I read through whenever I was planning on taking a car, it's a street stock, kind of our street stock rules, is what it was. But it's a decent rule set. It really is. Again, with the format shakeup, you go out there as a state team, but you
might not draw a single motherfucking teammate in your heat.
Yeah.
So if you go over as Missouri and say you've got 18 guys, there's a possibility for one Missouri guy,
12 Iowa guys,
and 5 Nebraska guys in your heat.
Yeah.
And you're the lonely son of a bitch all by yourself.
I can already tell you how that one's going to play out.
Break.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, and go to the consi with fresh shit until you're completely
Now,
jumped.
I have seen people that don't do that.
You are correct. Okay, see, now here's where he breaks it down a little bit. 80s and newer Fords will be allowed to cut front tabs on boxes.
Yeah, they can
To cut and tilt.
Yep.
So what we kind of had for the street stocks around here, where you could either cold tilt, and then Austin started implementing a little bit of something last year. If you cold tilt it, we'll give you X amount of seam weld going on. If you cut it, you don't get that extra weld. So.
But we've seen it from Rob Baker before. He was one of the first guys around that was allowing hump plates on metric GMs, just to kind of level that playing field. So, I mean, it's not like Rob hasn't been around the game.
Oh, Rob's been in the game.
He knows what's going on.
Yeah. I could, if I was the betting man again, I would be hard-pressed to think I would see any metric GMs up there in a couple weeks.
I'd say right. I mean,
there's that possibility, but we've all kind of talked, with the metric GMs, you've got to pretty much do an Aaron Harrington, where it's got to be a mod build.
People that like metric GMs don't even like metric GMs.
Even Tyler Reed?
I can't speak for him. That dude ain't right. Because I told you I got one of those junk motherfuckers.
Yes. Well, you bought it for your wife.
Right. It's her Mother's Day gift.
Border Wars. Here's how the payouts go. 8,000, 4,000, 2,500, 1,500, 1,000, 1,000, 988, then 500, plus $1,000 bonus to everyone on the winning state.
Yeah.
Along with the trophy.
Yeah, so if Missouri brought home the dub and you were the first motherfucker out,
you still get $1,000.
Yeah. Which might pay for the beer I would drink while I was there.
But you still do got to remember this. We are kind of working when we get up there. Right. So I don't want to feel like an incredible bag of shit on Saturday morning.
Oh, I'm going to.
I'd rather do it on Sunday morning.
Done.
They've got a 90s and newer feature at Border Wars as well. They've got an 80s.
That class is coming around.
It is. Yeah. They've got the 80s stock class, full-size mod class. And then they have what they call, I believe it's the 448 Promotions 80s/old iron stock mix rules.
Which is almost identical to the bone stock class. The
hobo big cars?
Yep. Because there was a little talk, I thought about taking my Mopar up there. Because they allow a few plates. I read through the rules. I just hated to drag my junk that far and run 2 minutes again.
Well, you know what? 2 minutes is 2 minutes.
That's what she said.
I mean...
She was still disappointed, though. I wasn't.
I never am. Ever. So... We haven't really... You've had enough stuff going on here lately. We really haven't... I don't know all the Missouri guys that are going.
I do.
I know probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know half, roughly.
There's some heavy hitters going.
Yes, there is. Without saying any names that I know of, there's been some local stuff around here that there hasn't been people at for a certain reason.
Right.
We all know vacations and family time and wife and kids. That has people building houses. I keep getting a Snapchat from somebody, and he told me...
Repair.
Yep. And then I got another one that said, I'm not sure if I don't need to find somebody else to drive this fucking thing. And he sent that bitch out of the shop, and it was all he could do to keep it under him.
Wicked LS.
Yes. And I don't think it's going to be when people hear us talk about LSs, they put a couple guys in that LS department, but there's more than just a couple.
But he's earned that motherfucker. He has had that motor apart, in, out, son of a bitch.
Yep.
Because I talk to him quite often, and he's like, this fucking thing.
And now you've got guys programming them. I mean, just feel like Big Chief and shit up on the laptop on Street Outlaws, And guys will walk by like, what the fuck are you doing?
Put some more
I'm going to give it a little bit more right there. And those guys put on...
Enhance.
Shenanigans. 2 shows of this caliber on the same weekend. Different rule set.
Far enough apart.
A long fucking ways from each other.
You're going to get to see loaded crowds at both places. I don't think they are going to affect each other at all.
No, an iota. Now, some of the guys that are going to Peck, I would love to see on Border Wars.
And you might still get to see that next year.
Correct.
Because like Sam Williams told us at Whiskey City, we're not everybody's cup of tea.
Correct.
And if we're not, there's plenty more shows that you can go run.
We've always said it. It just depends on how far you want to drive.
Yes, 100%. And on that note, let's switch gears a little bit. A little bit of local shit going on. We got Higbee, Missouri this weekend.
Oh!
We'll get to see... that's under new management. And kind of get to see what old Michael Huff's all about.
Oh, Showtime officials.
Yeah. Speaking of lasting 2 minutes, if I can get my shit together, get Mom out of the hospital this week, I'm gonna try to slide down there and junk this old Mopar.
Finish that bitch off.
Yep, I need to close that chapter. I'm done with that fucking car. In the words of the great Kenny Powers, I might not have time. I can rub it, but I might not have time to flip it. Which means both of us might not come.
Yes. Mr. Showtime official page, they did say today, so 3 days before this episode launches, to make sure to bring extra parts. He said the track is not that big, so if they have the turnout that they are hoping for, there is a possibility of running heats. We did see it at Higbee last year. They did run heats.
I'm not taking any fucking parts.
So, guys, if you plan on running any classes at Higbee this coming Saturday, he did give you a heads up to bring parts.
I didn't hear shit.
I can't read.
No, you can read their post.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I think it's going to be. We got Michael on.
Yeah.
Earlier this winter to talk about some
stupid fucking rules.
You said it.
And which a lot of those have changed.
They have.
Everybody's still scared of them fucking pointies, though.
I don't know why. But we never really did talk about that either. Remember, we went on location and you actually did some measuring. A regular.
I'm not getting back into this fucking discussion. I'm not doing it. It's fucking stupid.
But people, it's still 11-inch point.
I don't give a fuck what it is.
I want one.
I just, oh, god damn.
You want one.
I can't deal with it. I can't fucking deal with it. I cannot fucking deal with it because you can load a factory one. Here we go again. A fucking broken record. Jesus Christ. I'm going to call Gage, Mr. Amish himself. Send me one of them fucking inserts. And put it in there. Like, well, it's fucking loaded.
Yep.
So you can run that. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing this again. Not doing it again.
I was trying to figure out how I could fuck with him a little bit to get him wound back up. And I think I found it.
Fuck.
Oh, God. Oh, this is fun now.
So fucking stupid.
But we got Michael on. Talked about some stuff. We've seen stuff change. He sees at other shows locally that some of the shit didn't work with that rule set.
Just like this fucking bone stock class. I'm not getting into that again either.
Oh, God.
We're not having the class. We're having the class. We're not having the class.
No, stay home. No, show up.
You're overbuilt. You're underbuilt.
I wouldn't run that if I was you.
Fuck it, everybody run.
We've said it. We don't want to see anybody fail. We don't. We hope they have a good turnout at Higbee. Weather permitting, I'll probably go that night.
Like I said, I hope I get to take my car.
Well, you got a little work to do. Not a whole lot.
No.
And it is supposed to rain all day again tomorrow.
Shoot the fuck out of me.
What's that 14-inch plate? Don't know. Don't see a plate.
Rust repair.
Yeah, that's subframe.
Connectors.
Quit looking.
Stiffeners.
Quit looking.
I don't want to twist all the fucking torque.
Well, I don't want you to fuck up that lower cradle. Oh, God. But, yeah. Dudes, we can't say enough. Huge shit. Huge.
It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. I would say that if you can't make one or the other of the two big shows coming up that we've talked about today, that you should probably be setting you an account up.
Yes.
Because people are going to be talking about this shit. Facebook, I just don't want you all left out. I'm doing this for you. That way, whenever you see the post about how stupid an official was or what kind of bullshit hit such and such made that wasn't really a bullshit hit, you can be the judge yourself.
Yes. I mean, our opinions don't matter. Really.
No, not really.
You know, the driver in that car that took a firewall shot, he might think that he took a fucking door shot.
Yeah.
I saw it
I
live. I've never seen Gage hit anybody in a driver's door. Not when the guy's parked. We all understand everybody fucks up, you know, trying to hit the wheel, and the guy moves.
Yes. That's called throwing that door.
Correct. So don't be all fucking bent out shape and butt hurt and smacking the door and throwing your hands up to a guy I've never seen ever do that.
Now, I do know a guy that does not give a fuck about a door, and he wants to talk shit on Facebook. Don't think I didn't see it, Cody. Steven Adams gave me that same look before. It's because you were doing the same shit.
Yes, sir.
I'm just playing, kind of.
Well, I mean, we're not supposed to talk about compact guys anymore. So, does that make a difference if you drive a van?
Yeah, kind of. Not really. No. Overruled. Not on this episode. Nope.
Okay.
No, we can talk about it next week.
So, there's another big show coming up. It's farther away. Bass for Cash.
Yes.
An entire weekend of balls out, crazy shit.
Yeah.
Going on in Chillicothe, Ohio.
Yeah. And we don't get to talk about that area up there much.
Well, fuck, they have so many derbies. I swear to God, you can go. But it's kind of like we talked about Illinois. You can, in the summer, you can fucking derby any night of the week.
Yeah, 4 nights a week.
Easy.
Yeah.
It just depends on
where you want to go.
How far.
Yep.
You know, you might be a county.
Yeah, because we don't have that option over here.
Oh, no.
We've talked about that before. This is a weekend sport in Missouri. I mean, you'll have your occasional douchebag put one on, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we've seen filthy promotions do it, fucking douchebags.
Fucking assholes.
But, I mean, you just don't get to see it like that, like they do.
Correct.
Shit's crazy. And, I mean, it's not just fucking bullshit thrown together stuff. Like, these motherfuckers are running balls out every day.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, they give two shits.
I mean, where I'm from, you call that an addiction.
Yes. Just not heroin.
Right.
Or cocaine.
Yeah.
You know, it's their addiction. It's their fix. It's their...
Yeah.
You know.
But that's what keeps this fucking sport rolling.
Well, son of a bitch. And we're sitting here and talking about this Memorial Weekend. Cannon Falls, Minnesota.
Yeah.
John Maywis moved it from Glen Falls.
Yep.
Because they didn't have enough facility of what they're wanting to do. So he moves it to Cannon Falls.
And everybody we've talked to said he puts on a motherfucker of a show.
Yes, sir.
Which I wouldn't know why. The dedication and the hard work he puts into his product.
Fuck, dude.
Like, why would that not spill over into a promotion?
Correct.
I mean, because the fucking dude is insane. I mean,
he is
I've
coming
got him
up
on Snapchat. That dude is fucking grinding 24/7.
And he's coming up with so many new products. bolt-in centers and shit, and bolt-in.
That shit's cool. You can change centers.
Yes.
Change the fucking center.
Fuck a wheel up. Guess what? I'm going to put some Zippy's grade 8 bolts out, and I'm going to put them right into a new wheel.
Yep.
He is just, John.
Changing the motherfucking game.
Yes. We have tried. I personally talked to him, tried to get him on here. He doesn't know what to do with his hands.
And I told him whenever I went and bought some shit off of him at Whiskey City, I was like, man, nobody can see your hands. I don't care if you're jacking off.
Just keep it under the table.
If you can see it above the table, I'll watch. Fuck it.
Yeah, because he needs to be in the movies.
Hell, why not put 110% in that, John?
He probably does that too. But, yeah, I mean, so when you really sit back and start thinking and really paying attention to your social media, to your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, you can go from right now, from this coming weekend, to pretty much the end of October. Middle of November.
Balls deep.
In big shit.
Yep.
Just South
because
Dakota,
I'm
Kansas.
sure that everybody has been on us a little bit locally because we've kind of backed off about talking about our local stuff, but we've got so much big shit going on. You know, I mean, we're not too far away from Junior Cardwell's, first run at it.
Yep.
Which he had some badass luck at Palmyra. He got the dub over there.
Yep.
I mean, there's so much shit going on that we're going to have a hard time fitting all of it in an hour.
Correct. So when everything really starts rolling, that's when we'll get back to them hour and a halves.
Yeah.
With the guest on and everything
guest
like
that.
On. Yeah. Guest on. It's kind of like Cajun.
Onion.
Onion. Put it on a cracker, dude.
That dude's a fucking cop.
Bet you ain't no more.
You ain't wrong.
He don't need to be a cop.
He was about the same caliber of cop as I would have been.
I think you would have let a whole lot more shit go by. But just go to a derby.
Yeah.
Just fucking go. Find a time. We've always said derby is a family sport.
Mm-hmm. Take them kids.
Go junk your fucking neighbor's Power Wheels. I don't care. Let them live.
And any kids that are listening or parents that have your kids close, make sure you turn this part up for them. Tell them to go get a small hammer out of the garage and go find their Hot Wheels. And they can set up their own derby arena right there in the front yard.
Yep.
Because that's where the shit starts.
Yep.
Hot Wheels are still cheap, Mom and Dad. Go buy them fucking Hot Wheels.
And you keep them outside, then you don't step on them bitches barefooted in the middle of the living room floor.
Through the neighbor's window.
Mm-hmm. Or hit them with a mower.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yep, just gone. So, without a doubt, go to a show. Higby coming up this weekend. Cannon Falls, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Bash for Cash in Chillicothe, Ohio. Then the weekend after that is Stanton, Nebraska and Pecatonica, Illinois. And then the weekend after that is P. Hill. Then the weekend after that is Madison.
Fuck around. At least we don't have any derbies to go to.
Nope, we have none. Zero. Zilch.
Okay, so this weekend, Rolla is this weekend as well.
Yep.
So is Kearney. Right here in the Show Me State.
Yep. A couple hours away.
Yep. Twisted Metal Promotions is the one doing Rolla. Which I've heard it's a decent show.
That is not the guy. Okay. Lakeside was last weekend at the Lakeside Racetrack.
Yep.
One thing I did see on social media, King of the Ring has been moved from Platte City to someplace in Kansas. I can't remember the town. One of the teams signed up is Skinny and Decker.
That might be something where maybe we ought to call Skinny on that one for that show.
Yep.
See if we can't pick on him a little bit.
Because I don't think it's very far from Skinny's place, is where I'm thinking where this derby's at. So that's without a doubt something which we have been trying to get that dude on since last year of last year, Mother's Day. But due to our stupid fucking schedule, his schedule, plus the health scares that he's had last winter and through this spring, it has made it really tough. And hanging out with dudes like that, I don't want to do over the phone.
Right.
That's the shit you want to be in person.
Well, and before we jump off this episode, I talked to Mr. Tom Wiley because they had their show.
Yes, at Kennett.
Yep. They had 44 cars show up. 7 of them got loaded. They had a decent show, he said. He said that they did fresh cars only this time, and he thinks that that's where,
that was kicking the ding-ding.
Yep.
They couldn't have broke that shit out from last fall of his. I think he had a fall show last year in Kennett that got fucking wild.
Well, they derby different than we do down there.
Yes.
I mean, them dudes are fucking balls out.
Yeah.
That's what, I mean, he's tried to get me to bring a car down there, and I'm like, dude, I do not want to come to a gang fucking.
No.
And he's like, well, we won't let them team drive you. I said, it don't fucking matter.
Still got to show air before the other one's fucking feeding it to me.
And I said, I'm not even worried about the team driving. I was like, them motherfuckers drive harder than we do.
Yeah.
Or than I do, I guess. I shouldn't even say we, than I do. Because I've watched that shit down there. I've seen Harry Hatton's car and shit after the show. They
It doesn't even look like a car.
No. Fucking rollovers and shit.
Yeah, you're like, there's no way that frame rail can look like the fucking Zorro sign. That shouldn't even happen.
I guarantee there's more than a handful of people that listen to this where you just said that Zorro deal and they have no fucking clue.
They're not quite old enough.
But
another thing real quick, Swags himself, he's got St. Genevieve this year.
Oh, I did not know that. I guess I missed that. That slipped through the cracks.
Yep, he is doing St. Gen. This year, he is running Gage's rules from last year to the T.
Really?
Yep. And then look at changing it some for next year. St. Gen is a little bit of a drive from here. It's about 2.5 hours.
It's usually a pretty good show, though.
Killer show, kick-ass payouts. I don't know. I haven't seen the flyer to see what the payout was, but I know Gage was paying, I think, like $5,000 to win in that super stock class that he had down there. So, which we did talk when we did talk to Mr. Swags. He had some things in the works, but he couldn't really speak on it. Right. Nothing was really caught down in concrete yet.
Which we need to get down that way anyway. We need to go south. We don't ever go south.
We go east, but I would like to go south.
Sometimes we go east.
Yes. Or nest. Yeah. But, man, guys, we have thrown out a shitload of derbies in the next 2 weeks.
Go do your research, you fucking degenerates.
Shit's all over social media. It's all over everything.
I was joking about that. You guys, I love it. But no, go check it out. Go hit all those pages. Go look at UDs. Go look at R&Rs. Go look at Showtime.
Derby Icons. Smash It.
Yeah, Smash It. I mean, just go check the shit out. It's all right there.
All you got to do is be able to read just a little bit.
Derbies of the Show Me State. Is that the one that's kind of does all the updates and shit? If you're in Missouri, check that out.
Yes.
I know there's a whole list of schedule on there of local stuff.
Yeah, and I think most of the local stuff that they have on the schedule is the ones that they're actually going to be at. Yeah,
they try to be. Those are the most supportive dudes.
Yes.
Like, they're always somewhere.
Yep, and I'm sure
Which I guess if they're not here, they're there.
Yep. I think they'll be probably at Madison in a few weeks.
Maybe I'll just save it Mopar for Madison.
Sure is a lot closer.
It is too.
A lot closer. We got to get the boys' van.
Hell, maybe he ought to just run that Mopar.
Oh, God. You're going to make me spend money, fucker.
Well, fuck it, there's nothing left to do.
The editor's going over,
I don't have a job right now.
Yes, you do. But, hit them up. Just hit it up. I want to give a shout out to all the people who has ordered merchandise. And I apologize right now for the United States Postal Service. It should not take 3 weeks to get a return package back to us that said they could not deliver it. So,
UPS from now on,
yes.
I have a discount.
So we have switched to UPS.
Well, and we're trying to get some other shit in the works as far as our stuff, direct lines and whatnot. Sea floor spreading and solar winds and whatnot.
But like I said, guys, there's derbies. Go fucking watch them. I don't care where you're at.
Fuck, build a car, run one.
Yes.
Just as long as it's not a compact.
Well, sir, since you finally got to come back with us,
Yeah.
got any last words?
Be safe out there.
Make junk, boys.